game show. Good morning, Tanisha. Good morning. How you doing? How you been doing? I had to go get me a coffee real quick. Good morning. God. Give everybody a few minutes to get in so we can get this live going. I'm good. Try to get myself back in the program. I go back to work on the 8th. I didn't drop the babies off at daycare. We slept in. I woke up. My body was so tired. I couldn't even get up to get them ready for daycare. So I'm like, I just let them sleep in. Okay, if you don't feel good, stop talking and lay down. So that's all you gotta do, lay down. Okay, you're not at school, so don't start talking. Be quiet. That's why you be at school, because you be talking. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day as well. Yeah, it be like that sometimes when your body be shutting down. Be like that. I ain't got time this morning to be playing with nobody talking about they little algebra and all that right there. Let me go to my page so I can put my disclaimer in. Y'all come on in. Disclaimer. Come on, thing. Okay, copy. New. Copy. Y'all come on in here. Giving everybody a chance to get in. Need to add my disclaimer. Okay, there she is. Good morning, Georgia. Trying to get on my videos. How you doing this morning? All right, there I go. How I get in my comments. Oh, this the wrong video. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the old video. This is not me. Good, just woke up. Oh, you just woke up? Yeah, me too. I had to, I didn't even take my grandbabies to daycare this morning. Trying to get on this video. How do I get on my video? I didn't even go this morning. They sinuses and stuff was bothering them, so I didn't even feel like even going through all that this morning. How do I play this? I'm trying to play my own video. I don't know how to find it. I go through the YouTube studio? I stayed up till 12 or 1. I know I went to bed late too. And my grandkids, they woke up. They you know, when one baby has sinus, they have sinuses and allergies. And our Florida, this pollen is ridiculous. I was trying to put my disclaimer in. We got a few topics I want to talk about. I'm not sure if you all know about it. I have like 8 people in here. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. I'm trying to put my disclaimer in. Oh, matter of fact, I know what I can do. I know exactly what I can do. I ain't got to put it in. I can read it. Duh. Let me read it. I forgot about that. I can read it. Disclaimer, under Copyright Act 1976. Under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of use. So I got that out the way. So there's a there's a lot of good stories. I have a channel. You have a channel. What is your channel? There's a few topics that's going around, but first I want to ask y'all 2 things I want to talk about. I want to talk about Holly. Hold on. I want to talk about the situation with the trucker. Have y'all heard about that? Oh, you right here. Oh, Holly. Trying out YouTube Live. Oh, you like to do makeup. Okay, the little I'm going to come and watch this. Oh, you like to play in makeup. I'm not famous. I'm not famous either. So that's what make it even better. We're unique though. You're unique and I'm unique. Okay. I gotta check this out. You like to playing lip gloss and all that little stuff, fancy little stuff. I've been it's expensive though. I've been okay, I ain't finna play with you. Well, I will follow Holly, but I ain't finna play with that individual there. But anyways, hey, Tay Tay, Tay Tay world, hello. Well, let me get into it. I don't got all day trying to be on here all day. But I don't know if you all heard about most beautiful queen. So thankful for you. Hope your day is wonderful. Thank you, Miss Rogers. Yes, hope you having a wonderful day as well. There are two topics I just want to get into real quick. I don't know if you all know or heard the story about the trucker, and then there's another story, which there's a million stories, but the ones that I've been seeing floating around TikTok and Facebook, and then as you all know, there has been another mass shooting in New York. So I will get into that one too, but I seen that one as well. And the only reason why I'm bringing that one up because I know when that was Sunday, when I was talking about we need to stay woke, we need to wake up and basically, like I was saying, woke like spiritually, being vigilant, you know, about how things in the world have changed, people have changed. Just be careful of your surroundings because you never know what people, mentally what they're dealing with and what they're going through. And that young man drove all the way from, I forgot where he drove from, but he crossed all the way, crossed from wherever he was from to drive to New York to, commit a mass shooting. But we'll get into that. But what I really want to get into, and the only reason why I'm speaking on this because it was crazy because my mom, she had mentioned it one day. And I'm not for sure if any of you all, have you ever heard of a sundown? Have you all ever heard of sundown towns? If you ever heard of a sundown, if you know what it is, put a 1 in the chat. And if you don't know what it is, put a 2 in the chat. So we're going to get into that because I know a lot of times people like to travel like me. I'm not that one that I really don't travel a lot. I don't really like traveling. I don't like things like that. One, okay, yes. So you know what a sundown town is. What in the world? So I'm gonna type this as you come in the chat. If you know what a sundown town is, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't know what it is, put a 2 in the chat. I never knew what it was. And it's crazy because my mom had mentioned it to me about a sundown town. And the reason why I'm covering this story about this young man is because it triggered something because I remember me and my mom, we were speaking because my younger brother, he drives truck and he's a trucker. And he called my mom like a few days ago and he was telling my mom that he was getting ready to, he delivers, he do gas. My younger brother does. And he ain't never really been all over the world. And, when you're not raised up in, you know, to be racist and there are people that's really racist people that really don't like people of color, and there are these towns that's called sundown, which I never knew anything about it, never heard about it. But like I said, me and my mom, she was telling me about it, that my brother was delivering some gas, but I think his GPS rerouted him, or he made the wrong turn. But when he made the wrong turn, he ended up in this little town, and he seen a gentleman that wasn't of color, and he was asking the man about where he was or whatever the case may be. So my mom was telling me that my brother said that the man asked my brother like, yeah, in the South, and sundown towns are when you have to be out by sundown if you are a certain race. Yes. Um, so my brother told my mom that the man was asking him and was like, well, asking him, hey, do you know where you are? And my brother was like, no, I'm trying to deliver, whatever, what XYZ. So I, apparently the man must have told my brother, like, hey, you need to, wherever you trying to go, you need to, whip this vehicle around and, get on the right road, because you need to not, be caught in this town. Because if you're caught here after dark, some bad things could possibly happen. So that was like the first time I heard about sundown. And then I was scrolling through Facebook, and then this, like on Facebook and TikTok, like the little stories will come up. And it was a storyline came up. I don't know the name of this movie, but it was a black gentleman, older gentleman, younger gentleman, and a black female. They were all in a car. And this police officer pulled up, and they were headed south. And so the police was like, well, do you know where you at? Then the one young gentleman, you could tell he didn't know, he was getting all sarcastic out the mouth. So the man was like, you jokingly and you saying these things, but do you do you know where you are? And he was like, you on a, you headed the wrong direction. You in a sundown town, and you need to be, and you don't really have that much time, because if you get caught here, something bad could happen. And so he was like, well, I have enough time. He said, like I said, you don't have enough time. He was like, well, I can't go back north. He was like, well, that'll be the best thing, to go back north. He was like, but if I do a U-turn in the road, you're going to pull me, and give me a ticket. He was like, so the man was like, well, if you ask kindly and, whatever, whatever. So he asked him how, he was like, oh, you need to say please and sir, please, and all that. So the guy, anyways, to make a long story short, the man did a U-turn in the road and he headed north. But the cop was telling him, you better not be caught here, because if you caught him, that's what it is. So for those of you that don't know what a sundown town is. So, and this gonna take me to my story my topic that I want to get into about this gentleman. Dang it. It's in my phone. Trucker. And I forgot the name of the place. It's in my phone. Oh my God, what was the name of that place? Do you like do you like to be blocked? How about that? Get up there, mama. Get up there, lay down. Trucker. I gotta go find it. What was the name of that town? Trucker. It's in my phone. Oh God. Mama, stop playing. Trucker. And trucker. He was going to unload some mulch. I know it had something to do with some mulch. Oh, here it is right here. So let's get into this, y'all. So there, mama, stop. Oh, it was in this happened on this incident happened June the 28th. In Clyde, allegedly, this all allegedly, and I'm using this as a video react, and this happened he was delivering some mulch in Clydesdale, North Carolina at a dumpster site. And a little back. Stop, mama. No, be quiet. No. Hold on, y'all. No, I want you to be quiet. Shut up. Be quiet. Lay down. Shut your mouth. Hush. And so apparently, I'm gonna play it, but the backstory to this, he ended up coming to the dumpster site. He actually got there 40. I think he got there like 45 minutes earlier than what he was supposed to. No, mama, he got there 45 minutes early. So when he got there, hold on, y'all. Let down. And be quiet. That's why I do want y'all to go to daycare, because y'all don't know how to shut up. I got to do this all day with y'all. Hi, Sage. Well, apparently, he was delivering mulch. If you come in the chat, if you know what a sundown town is, put a 1 in the chat. And if you don't know what it is, put a 2 in the chat. So this place here is in Clyde, North Carolina. And from some back history, they were saying that this is like a sundown town. But this black gentleman, he's a truck driver, and he was delivering mulch. He's not aware that this is a sundown. He not understanding that it's racism, but he's really gonna experience some bad talk to him. He even had a puppy with him that they even closed this little puppy up in a thing. So as he's delivering his mulch, they say he arrived there 45 minutes earlier than what he normally would arrive. So they told him, you need to go around and get to the back of the line, or whatever the case may be. So they said he pulled out. Then say the son of this that owns this dumpster ground stated that he stole a phone, in which the young man said he didn't steal a phone, but he experienced, they went inside his truck, I heard, and they went in his truck. They actually got bulldozer and pushed his big truck over. So we're gonna get into it. So as you all come in, because I'm sure everybody not aware of this, and these are things that we have to really pay attention to, especially if you have family members that could be, truckers and drivers delivering different items. And some of these southern places, if you're not familiar with some of these small town southern places, a lot of these places, if you of color, you're not welcome there. And I know a lot of times people don't like to talk about racism. They don't like to speak about it, but these things are more prevalent than we think. You know what I'm saying? These things do exist, and sometimes speaking on racism, it's a sensitive topic. This topic can be, very sensitive, and a lot of times people don't like to speak about it. They don't like to talk about it. They like to brush it. We're going to sweep this under the rug. We ain't going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But these are things that we still, and it's what it is, and it's 2025. And when people are rooted in racism, prejudice, and things like that, it's rooted in them. And when something is rooted, you got to uproot something to bring light to it, to bring exposure to it. And the only reason why I'm speaking about it, because now people are like, why is she talking about it? Because my brother is a trucker. And a lot of times we have to pray for those that's truckers. And, you have a lot of men and women of color that not welcome in certain places and right here in Florida, sometimes it happens. Where I seen one where these young men went to go deliver something at this lady house, and her neighbor was very prejudiced and racist. So there are so many things that, especially in the South, like it's crazy. You would think that people be over that. You would think that people still doing that. I've been to Clyde and traveled. It's very rural area where you really don't see a lot of culture. Thank you for sharing this. We need to be open-minded to one another as we are. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Thank you so much. you know, and it's only right because a lot of times we don't know, you know. A lot of people don't know. You could end up somewhere not, you know, but thank God there's people that does have a heart and people that still care about people, but everybody don't. But this and like I said, I'm gonna get into this video. There are a lot of other videos, and thank God that this young man got out of this place alive, because the young man stated that he didn't think he was gonna make it out. He didn't think that he was gonna live. He actually thought that he was gonna actually lose his life. So I'm thinking by him going live so he could bring light to this, that's what saved his life. A lot of times these phones with cameras, when we turn them on, you don't know, it'll save somebody's life, you know, somebody's life. So we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be some sensitive language here. So if you know, you don't like things like that, you know, but we have to be open to it. Like Mr. Roger stated here, you know, we got to be open-minded. A lot of times we don't want to open our minds. We don't want to, even though we don't want these things that we want it to go away, but these things does exist. And just because we don't want it to exist, it don't mean that it's just going to go away because we want it. We got to understand we still living in a world that now people are open with it. They don't care about if you know their prejudice. They don't care if you know that they don't like people of color. So it exists. I have truckers in the family too, lives in Indiana, and we just found out they have sundown towns too. Wow. Wow. See, one thing about it, the Bible say what's hidden, it will be revealed. When people think they're hiding things and, oh, we gonna lay low, they ain't gonna know, because what's in you gotta come out of you. And if you have that hidden stuff in you, it will come out. Because one thing about, you know, in the, you know, they'll, you know, sometimes they say dark skin, brown skin, black skin. But one thing, we are the light. They try to make it seem like, and this is not to anyone, but this is just an analogy when I see it. Even though you can see evil and darkness, but in certain situations, I feel like the color of our skin bring light to situations. Our skin tone bring light. It exposes different things. You know, if we come like these sundown towns, like people are talking about it. So this situation happened in uh Clydesdale. Hold on. Here it is. Let me know if y'all can see it.
Hey, what's going on? This is crazy as fuck, man. What happened?
Excuse the language. They're bulldozing his trailer.
What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? You driving that truck? Huh? Go get in your truck and then get with it. No, I ain't driving that truck. I ain't driving that truck. Get in your vehicle. Now. You're leaving. You're gone. What happened? You're gone. Going where? You're going out. Who? You. For what? For videoing. For videoing, I'm going out? What is you talking about? Yeah. Closing. I'm done. Yeah. No, I'm done with this.
Move, mama. Get back.
Hey, he gonna sue the shit out there.
Go. Move. Go, mama.
Hey, what's going on? This is crazy as fuck, man. What happened? I'm done. I'm done. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? You driving that truck? Huh? Go get in your truck and be a good witness. No, I ain't driving that truck. I ain't driving that truck. Don't stop. Get in your vehicle. Now.
Move, mama.
You're gone. You're gone. Going where? You're going out. Oh, you. For what? For video. For video when I'm going out. What are you talking about? I'm done.
Oh, that's a short clip. He basically was asking him, he's done because let me find another clip. He said that he was videoing. Okay, what I said it was Clydesdale, Clyde, CLY. Hold on, y'all give me a minute. CLYDE. Clyde. What I said, North Carolina? Dump site. And what's that, mama? What's in your mouth? So they were trying to push his truck and trailer into the landfill with the mulch because they were mad at him for videoing. Yeah. I'm trying to, it's the name of the dumping place is TBD Dump in Clyde, North Carolina. Here is the videos of how they were aggressively treating him. I don't know, he got there early or something. So, oh, here it is. This better.
Leave me alone. I'm leaving. Yeah. Don't get out of the truck no more. Take you out. Yes. The sheriff's department's coming to get rid of you and your fucking butt. Okay. So stay in your truck. Yes, sir. Before something bad happens. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm saying, shut your door, shut your mouth. You're the sheriff? You're the sheriff, right? Yes. And you weren't trying to talk to me. Can I'm draw the window down? I'm done talking to you. Shut the door. Can I draw the window down? No, roll the window up, roll the other window down. Hey, sir, you slammed the door on my dog. And that's
Put that down.
I'm going to put you in the air. That's all I'm recording for slamming on the dog. I didn't slam it on the dog. The dog, yes, you did. How did I record it? Get in the door. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going down. This town going down. Yeah, this town going down. Man.
So I don't know why he was outside the truck, because at one point you can't see him outside the truck. They feel like they had something to hide and something was going on. There's other videos out here too, so I'm just trying to let me see, trying to find another one. So they're bringing a lot of light to, let me see, I'm trying to find another video. Okay, I'm a, what? Yeah, for real. So they were, okay, I'm gonna read this. It's a black truck delivery driver delivery mulch in Clyde, North Carolina, says he was attacked by multiple men on June 28th. This just happened. TBD, I'm just saying all allegedly. I'm using this, giving credit to this whoever wrote this up. It says he was attacked by multiple men at TBD dump, aka Two Banks Development, a local dump site. The driver, who goes by Boss Up on TikTok. So this guy this guy who's recording, he has a big TikTok platform, posted 2 videos showing some of the shocking incidents. So if you want to look up Boss Up Entertainment, it's like NT. BOSSEDUPP ent, so short for entertainment. He's on TikTok, so you can see the video there. So we'll go to TikTok and pull that up. He posted 2 videos showing some of the shocking incident. So we're gonna go over there. Good morning, Lil Sonda. So we're gonna go over there and watch his videos that he posted up. It said, according to Boss, he arrived at the dump site 45 minutes early, not realizing the site did not open until 6:30. He says an employee approached him and explained that, and also told him that truck drivers typically park up the street until the gate officially opens. So I'm assuming this is his first time coming to this particular site. He said after explaining it was his first time, like I just said before I even read that, it was his first time at the location and agreeing to go park up the street. Boss said the employee told him not to worry since they would be opening in 15 minutes. But things allegedly escalated when the owner's son pulled up and told him he would have to drive around and let other drivers go ahead of him since he was the first one that arrived, according to Boss. After some back and forth, he followed instructions. According to Boss, after 20 minutes of waiting, the owner's son allegedly returned with 5 other men in a pew-pew visible on his waistband. They accused Boss of stealing a phone, and Boss even allowed them to search his truck. After about 30 to 40 minutes of accusations, cameras were reportedly checked, and he was allowed to proceed. He attempted to dump his load. So this saying he tried to dump his load of mulch. The owner's son allegedly returned and claimed that they found the phone outside his truck on the ground. Why would he want to take somebody's phone? Boss said the owner's son, along with his friends and pew-pews, started running after his truck. Wow. That's a scary situation. Somebody chasing you with pew-pews. You don't know if you're going to make it out or not. Let me go to TikTok and go. So we're going to go pull up his page so we can pull up these videos.
Man, so Kiera Campbell, a mother of 7 that was just...
So these places are real. These sundown towns. And there are a lot. But I think a lot of times people are not aware of. Hey, go girl. Mama, you better go somewhere. Boss, let me pull up his I don't know how I allowed myself to let my grandkids stay home today. I want the official video. Let's try this video. All right, I found an. I think we see.
When I very first.
Hey, he gonna sue the shit out there.
This them turning his truck over. So I'm not sure who's recording this. You can see the dog.
This is crazy as fuck, man. What happened? I'm done. I'm done. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? You driving that truck, huh? Go get in your truck.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Get in your vehicle now. You're leaving. You're gone. You're gone. Going where? You're going out. Who? You. For what? For videoing. For videoing, I'm going out. What is you talking about? I'm closing. I'm done. Yeah. No, I'm done.
So I'm assuming the guy, boss, whoever this guy is, he was recording the incident. So these places do exist. So we have to be careful when we're entering these places. Sometimes our loved ones that, drive trucks, they're not aware of, places like this. Clydesdale, North Carolina, this is unacceptable. It's crazy. So a lot of people are protesting against this.
To walk away from that.
So
He is exceptionally lucky, but that is unacceptable. He needs in the
So I'm trying to.
Just 15 minutes before the gate opened, immediately the owner shows up. The owner's son. The owner's son pulls up and tells the driver, "He wants scripture that's popping."
So,
go, bitch! Let's go. Get in the fucking truck. Shut your door. Shut your mouth. You're the sheriff? You're the sheriff, right? Yes. And you weren't trying to talk to me. Can I? I'm draw the window down. I'm done talking to you. Shut the door. Can I draw the window down? No, roll the other window down. Hey, sir, you slamming the door on my door. And that's all I'm recording. I'm going to put you in jail. That's all I'm recording for slamming on the door. I didn't slam it on the door. Yes, you did. Have it recorded.
The man in those clips is looking for help on how to handle the situation that you just watched, and these videos on his page have a lot more of what happened, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. But you can read the entire story on his page. This is his page.
Bossed Up Entertainment.
He's looking for help. He's looking.
He wants scripture that's popping.
I'm trying to find his actual page. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention, that these things like this be going on for real. And the crazy thing, this just happened. This just happened. This ain't something that happened months ago, years ago. This is something that just recently happened the other day. So come on, mama. Yeah. Your cup. I'm gonna get you something to drink. So what y'all think about that? Have y'all ever experienced one of these places? What? Give me your cup. Jaja. Jahi. Who woke back there? So, bossed up. Hold on, mama. I should have got up and took y'all to daycare. I was so tired. I couldn't even get up. I'm trying to find this page.
All right, I'm going to show you the rest of the video, but let me give you some backstory as quickly as I can. Clyde, North Carolina, a young black man is delivering mulch to a landfill.
Jaja, give her some milk.
It's there 45 minutes early. He parks by the gate. Before he comes. Leave me alone.
So this is going viral, everyone. So it's definitely going viral. And I think somebody else was recording it. This is the one I want to show y'all. Give her something to drink. Open it, Jaja. You don't try to do nothing. Twist it open.
Let's go.
Get in the fucking truck.
Yeah.
Don't get out of the truck no more.
Don't get out of the truck no more?
Take you out for it.
The sheriff's department's coming to get rid of you and your fucking mud.
Okay.
So stay in your truck
Yes, sir.
before something bad happens.
Yes, sir.
Get in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, no, you didn't hear
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Shut your door. Shut your mouth.
You're the sheriff? You're the sheriff, right?
Yes.
And you weren't trying to talk to me. Can I? I'm draw the
Yeah,
window
I'm
down.
done talking to you. Shut the door.
Can I draw the window down?
No, roll the other window down.
Hey, sir, you slammed the door on my door. And that's all I'm recording.
I'm going to put you in
That's
jail.
all I'm recording for slamming on the door.
I didn't slam it on
You
the
did
door.
that? Yes, you did. Have it on recording.
Get in the door.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going down. This town going down. Yeah, this town going down. Man.
So I don't know what was going on for them to I don't know him recording or what the hostile issue was with him recording, but when they realized his phone was out, they were you know, losing it, saying all type of things, and even the sheriff was crooked. You see, the sheriff even had the work hat on. So I don't even know why the sheriff was even there, because he even addressed himself as he was a sheriff. We know why these things continue to happen, even when on video. It's maybe to seem like these things no longer occur, and our eyes are playing tricks on us, aka like Rodney King. That means the sheriff was on their side. If he was coming to take care of him and his truck, shaking my head, thank God they made it to tell the story. So many others did not get that chance. Thank you too. Yes, like they literally had two bulldozers. I don't know if you can see it, but when you could go back and watch it, you could literally see them flipping his trailer over where he was delivering the mulch. They literally flipped the trailer over with the mulch in it. He was in, like, literally with, they blocked him in. They had a bulldozer on the front and they had a bulldozer on the back. So the guy that was excuse me, the guy that's recording, so I don't know if it's two different people, because you have one guy saying, "What are you doing?" So I don't.
Took my phone. So 30 to 40 minutes.
Look at the truck.
Accusing him of taking his phone and demanding to search his
See
truck.
the truck?
Before he finally says, "Fine, just search my truck." And the guy doesn't find the phone. Then his dad shows up. They check the cameras and go, "Okay," and let him go. He goes to dump his load, just like, this is ridiculous. In the meantime, that guy apparently finds the phone, according to him, on the ground outside where his truck was. Like, he couldn't have dropped it there? No, he assumes that he stole it and then had thrown it by the truck. So he comes flying up the hill with the same 5 guys again and starts threatening him. And then they get 2 bulldozers and flip over his trailer. "You took my phone."
Wow.
So 30 to 40 minutes of him accusing him of taking his phone and demanding to search his truck, before he finally says, "Fine, just search my truck." And the guy doesn't find the phone. Then his dad shows up. They check the cameras and go, "Okay," and let him go. He goes to dump his load, just like, this is ridiculous. In the meantime, that guy apparently finds the phone, according to him, on the ground outside where his truck was. Like, he couldn't have dropped it there? No, he assumes that he stole it and then had thrown it by the truck. So he comes flying up the hill with the same...
These like little short clips. That's crazy.
Hey, he gonna sue the shit out their ass.
They like flipped this man whole trailer with a bulldozer.
Hey, what's going on?
Wait, they flipped the truck over.
This is crazy as fuck, man. What happened? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening?
Leave me alone.
Let's go, damn go.
Leave me alone.
Get your fucking
Leave
truck.
me alone. Leave me
Get
alone.
your fucking truck. Tell the cops.
I'm leaving.
Now. Get me out of the fucking fire. Let's go, bitch.
Let's go.
Get in the fucking truck.
Yeah.
Don't get out of the truck no more.
Don't get out of the truck no more?
Take you out.
Yes.
The sheriff's department's coming to get
Okay.
rid of you and your fucking mud.
Okay.
So stay in your truck
Yes, sir.
before something bad happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Come on, mama.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Shut your door. Shut your mouth.
You're the sheriff? You're the sheriff, right?
Yes.
Hey, you weren't trying to talk to me. Can I? I'm joining the window
I'm
now.
done talking. Shut the door.
You heard what he said. We don't see that, but the fact that he said this man thinking that the sheriff is coming to help him, he's in a no-win-lose situation. He tells him to get back in the truck. He's done talking to people. That's rude. The man comes there doing his job to dump a load of mulch, Now you have this other young one, the owner's son, stating that this man stole his phone, which he later found on the ground, and then they proceed to block him in with bulldozers and tip his trailer over. This is crazy.
You racist, selfish, sad case of a couple.
So, can you imagine?
You gonna get more than a picture, bitch.
Who did?
Yeah, this is an update.
So they're being exposed.
The original, a young lady who was a black woman was driving. She says that the guy cut her off and then threatened to her. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Cause you,
I'm leaving.
yes, this is crazy.
Leave me alone.
So they're asking, to put to put light on, shed light to this situation. You know what I'm saying? And we have to shed light to this situation because I have a brother that drives trucks. You get what I'm saying? He don't deliver mulch, but still just even going to an area that I don't think he go that far, but still how many more of you that may have family members or have friends that travels and do trucking and get caught up in these areas and not aware that these places still exist, these sundown towns. So these, if you know of anyone, go that way and go let down. If you know of anyone of get up there and let out, Cam. No, I want you to let out. So if you have family member, friends, or anyone, just have those, conversations. And a lot of times we stubborn, we get caught up in our ways, and a lot of times we don't like to talk about things like that. But just because we don't talk about it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. But if you able to spread light to a situation, or someone that's looking into trucking, and even if you're traveling with your family, you're traveling and you stop at a gas station, or you may stop trying to ask for direction, anything, you need to be aware of these things, especially when you're on the road highway and you like to do road trips with your family, and you may stop into one of these little towns and you don't even know that these places are called sundown towns. You're not even aware of these, of these areas, and to spread light to it, to let you know that these things do exist. So these places do exist. These things are still going on. And here it is, like I said earlier, we're in the year of 2025 and we're still dealing with racism and, the evil, the dark side of racism. It's so embedded in people it's crazy. Like, some of these places, we spend our dollars with them. We spend money with them. But yet, it's like they don't like the sight of brown skin and dark skinned people. And I'm not saying that it's everybody, and it's not. So we have to be that's why I said we have to be woke. And this goes back to the video that I did Sunday, woke. But when I say be woke don't mean, oh, I'm waking up from my sleep. I'm talking about spiritually woke. You got to want your eyes to open. You got to want your ears to be in tune. And you can't be like, oh, that don't, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You may not be affected by it, but along the road, you got grandkids coming up. You have nieces, you have nephews, you have other family members. And if you're vigilant and your eyes are open, your ears are in tune to things of what's going on, you're able to tell somebody else, hey, these things still exist. So a friend may say, hey, I'm finna go travel and I'm going this way. And you can let them know and put some light on it. Hey, if you going that way, don't go to this place. This is what goes on. You can alert them so they can be attentive of what's going on and be attentive of what's around them. And I think a lot of times we get so comfortable to, and a lot of people, we doing all this traveling, we going places, we're doing things, and we just in the moment of I want to have a good time. I'm having fun. You don't know when somebody mental state, when somebody just on the brink of saying, oh, today is the day that I'm a snap. Today is the day that I don't thought it through. It could be just be the day that you plan to go somewhere and somebody planned to do something crazy. So that goes back, I don't know, and I'm going to get into this real quick about, and I'm not sure if you all heard or know about this, but there was a pew-pewing in New York. This just happened. This guy drove this 27-year-old. So let me get into it. Oh my God, all this happened on the 28th? Both of these happened the same time? They have identified him as well. 9 hours ago. This is an hour ago. Give credit to the ABC News. So it say Manhattan Pew Pew suspect claimed to have CTE, mentioned NFL, and no, he actually studied my brain. So they're not saying that he played NFL, so I guess he was dealing with some things. But why would you drive? And then he unalived himself. It said the man who opened fire. I don't know if y'all can see this picture, but I'm finna. This is the gentleman right here. Can y'all see him? That's the gentleman right there. So it says the man who opened fire in Midtown Manhattan office building. He went in an office building, unaliving 4 people and wounding a 5th. Had a note claiming he suffered from CTE. Okay, if you suffering from CTE, what you, Mama? No, hold on. Go. Close my door and go cut that TV down right now. I don't know how I let these kids stay home today. So they're saying that suspect Shane, I'm not gonna say his last name, but Shane unalived by suicide after the Monday mass pew-pewing at 345 Park Avenue, which is his home to the headquarters, the NFL headquarters. One of the page note in Sean's pocket accused NFL of concealing the dangers to players' brain to maximize profits and sources. And then a second page mentioned, so he wrote something. He blames football. A third asks, study my brain, please. So he unalived himself for them to study his brain because he suffered with CTE. So CTE is chronic traumatic encephalopathy is a brain disease linked to repeated hits to the head, often seen in military veterans and athletes, including football players, hockey players, and boxers. CTE can't be diagnosed in a living person with certainty, but doctors may suspect it based on symptoms and history of head trauma. Symptoms include memory loss, mood changes, confusion, and trouble thinking clearly. Shane, 27, played high school football in LA but did not play professionally. Police have found no evidence so far that he suffered a traumatic brain injury or had CTE, sources say. He has no known connection to the NFL. At the end of the Pew Pew rampage, Shane died by unaliving at the office of Rooted Management building. He went to the 33rd floor. That's the floor he went on. It appears as though he was going after the employees at the NFL New York City. Mayor Eric Adams said, from our preliminary investigation, he took the wrong elevator bank up to the headquarters. Instead, he took him to Rooted Management, and that is where he carried out additional pew-pewing and took the lives of additional employees. 4 people were unalived. 2 have been identified. An executive at Blackstone who was a wife, and an officer was unalived as well, who was a dad of 2 with a 3rd one on the way. So there was an officer that was unalived as well. A 5th pew-pew victim was injured and taken to the hospital in critical condition. That victim is out of surgery and is in stable condition on Tuesday, according to source. The NFL commissioner Goodell said employees were seriously injured. There will be an increased security presence at Park Avenue in the days and weeks to come. He also stated, instructed New York employees to work remotely, and take the day off. Go get your cup. Go. I should have took you to daycare if nobody else didn't go. Shane had 2 mental health crises in his background in Nevada. So he's from Nevada. So this young man, good morning, Joseph. So this young man, Shane, drove all the way from Nevada to New York to the NFL headquarters, which is at Park Avenue. Some kind of way he reached the 33rd floor. He did a pew-pewing, unalived 4, injured a few, and then after that he unalived himself because he states that he have CTE. He also have a concealed weapon permit. Shane had 2 mental health crises in his background in Nevada, one in 2022 and the other in 2024. Law enforcement sources said those holds typically allow a person to be detained for up to 72 hours, according to one source where there is this type of hold in Nevada. Officers have to transport the person to the hospital. Once this happens, mental staff take over and decide how long to hold the person. LA police says Shane also got his CCW or concealed carry in 2022 and also has a previous arrest for trespassing the state. Let me skip down. At the scene of the shooting, police recovered a high-powered M4 assault rifle covered in blood. I'm reading about the shooting that happened in New York right now. The killer used the AR-15 style, the same weapon of war used in mass shootings across America. New York has some of the strongest gun laws in the nation. We ban assault weapons. We strengthen our red flag law. We close dangerous loopholes, but our laws only go so far when an AR can be obtained in states. So basically, he's from Nevada, but he actually, I don't know if he drove to LA, to New York from where he was. He had to drive there from there. He drove there. But he was able to obtain that weapon from where he was from, but he went to New York. So basically, New York said they banned that, but they don't have control of, somebody coming from another state and coming there. And that's what this young man did. So this is currently, you all can read the article. You can look it up. Manhattan shooting, suspect claims to have CTE. And he had a note on him about the trauma and things like that. So you can look into this. And like I said, there are people that just in the world, you got people, we still dealing with racism in the world, and we're dealing with these gun laws in the world. So people, we want to act like these things doesn't exist. And, we have to continue to shed light. Because once you think it's all done with and like, we don't cross over, but there's going to always be that one person or a copycat or those individual who display racism, that display, that You know, it got to come to the forefront. You get what I'm saying? Where you think it don't exist, and then boom, when you think we about halfway there, then boom, we get knocked 50 feet back and say, dang, we still dealing with this? It's 2025. We still dealing with this? Yes, we're still dealing with the face of evil. We still dealing with the face of racism. And early on, if some of you just coming in, we were talking about sundown towns. And I asked those of you that if you know what a sundown town is, you know, put a 1 in the comments. If you don't know what a sundown town is, put a 2 in the chat. And we still addressing these situations where people are mentally ill. If it come from different traumas and what they do to get attention when they want attention and they feel like they can't get attention, they get attention at the cost of other people's life. So even with that truck driver, thank God he came out of that, you know, alive. But then you have this other individual who's dealing with mental issues and things like that, that drove miles from all the way from Nevada to New York to unalive people, because he stated that in order for them to experience the trauma of the, you know, with the CTE, you can't be a live individual to do the experiment. You have to be unalive. So this individual took his own life. He was 27 years old, but at the expense of others. And when we think, this just happened a few months ago, where this doctor, he was leaving his office, and this one guy came from wherever he was from. He had it all thought out, all planned out, and he unalived this doctor. Oh, excuse me. But I just wanted to bring light, to shed light on these, you know, these little topics and situations that can go unknown. And a lot of times, you know, we sweep it under the rug because we feel like it doesn't exist, or, you know, it's sensitive topics, and somebody got to do it. Somebody got to speak on it. And I spoke on about the truck driver in sundown towns because I have a brother that drives trucks. So I thought this would be something interesting, you know, to speak on. And like I said, whether you're a truck driver or you're just traveling with your family, you got to be so careful about when you're traveling south in these areas. I don't go everywhere. I don't be everywhere. But there are a lot of these places that still exist, these sundown towns. So we're just shedding light to it, shedding light to that. Also, you know, we got to stay woke, be vigilant, like I stated. Like this young man, he got access to this building, went to the 30-something floor, and unalived 4 people and himself. So people just, you know, doing crazy things. And this is what's going on, and somebody got to talk about it. So hopefully this message can reach someone. I may not can't reach one, but if I could get this message to 1 or 2 or just a few, I've done my due diligence. Be safe and be vigilant. Keep your head on the swivel. I'm trying to told you. You know, a lot of times, you know, people ignore the warnings. I'm not saying nothing gonna happen, so we pray nothing gonna happen. But a lot of times, you know, people, you know, ignore these things, and then until what, baby? No, I don't want to talk to Alexa.
What is doing?
Yeah, Alexa, I don't want to talk to her. Yeah, I'll let you talk to Alexa later. That's my grandbaby in the back.
What?
Yeah, I see Alexa.
What are we doing?
Go tell. You can say hello. Go tell her hello. Tell her hey. Say hello.
What?
Say hello. But like I said, you know, be safe out here. No, mama, I'm on my thing. So, you know, be safe. Be vigilant. Keep your head on the swivel. Be nice. My grandbaby don't love this Alexa thing. No, mama. So like I said, you know, hold on. No, I said no. Go. I don't know how I let you stay home with me today. Oh my goodness. Can't believe it. Go in the room. Go. So I'm not going to hold you all because these kids get antsy around me. Antsy, dancy. Oh. But like I said, you know, I hope that if anyone, you know, come across my story, come across my video, just be vigilant, stay woke, you know, make sure you know your surroundings. You know, I know nap time. I just woke up. Ain't no nap time for me. I don't let these grandkids stay home so I won't be woke. That's the worstest thing I could have done. My body couldn't get up. I couldn't get up. I ain't have enough strength to even get them dressed this morning. You hear me? I was like, I can't do it. I see right now she trying to tear my house up. Jihad, thank you for hanging in here with me and being supportive and engaging in the comments. And for those of you that did come through and speak and engage in the comments, supporting me. And like I said, you know, hopefully if, you know, this message can bring light to someone and maybe you're not aware of sundown towns. You may have a loved one or someone that travels by, you know, drive trucks or just traveling, like I said. But be very careful of when you're traveling. Know your surroundings and know where you are at all times. Because if you don't know where you are, you could get caught up in these towns called sundown towns. And it's really coming to the light that these places still exist. And a lot of us that's not aware of these type of places, it could be us, and we could get caught up in these places. And I believe that's why a lot of people be coming up missing, because they're not aware of their location. They're not aware where they are. You know, like that movie Wrong Turn. You can make the wrong turn, and it ain't gonna be a good thing for you. And it'll be like a wrong turn, out of sight, out of mind, and you will just vanish off the face of the earth, and nobody don't even know where you are. Your families don't even know where you are, because you took a wrong turn into a place called Sundown Town and you got caught up there. You get what I'm saying? You and your family got caught up, or you just traveling and don't even know you made a wrong turn, and that was the last of somebody seeing you, knowing, all I know, they was traveling and they were going that way, and that was the last time we talked to them, or I was on the phone with them and the phone went to cracking up. And this all allegedly. I'm just saying, like, it can happen. It can happen. And a lot of times we don't want things like this to happen, and you wait till it's too late. Oh, I remember somebody saying this. No. You got to want to allow your mind to expand. Good morning, Auntie Monica. The Bible said we're forever learning. And a lot of times people like to be content. They like to be stuck. They don't care. It ain't my problem. It didn't happen to me. It can happen to you. Just as well as this young black man working. He's just going to work. He's not thinking he in a sundown town. And then the fact that he's delivering to a racist company, he's just doing his job. They're sending him out to deliver some mulch, and he end up in a sundown town to a racist building and then to a racist company delivering mulch, and almost lost his life behind it. You can Google the list. There's a list in Wikipedia, and if you ask GPT chat, they'll tell you everything about sundown towns. Wow. And a lot of times when you're in college, they try to say don't use Wikipedia because it's not a credible source. Because when I was in college, they didn't like us using Wikipedia because they claimed that it wasn't credible. So why is that? Why is that? I wonder why they don't like you to use Wikipedia when you're in college, because they state that it's not a reliable, it's not coming from, you know. I wonder what they're trying to hide. I feel like they hiding something. Because you said Wikipedia. Sundown. Let me go back. But I appreciate y'all being here and engaging and and want your, you know, want your eyes and ears to open. You got to be open to learning. Sundown. Mama, no. If you drop this red juice on my rug, girl, it's going to be me and you. Girl, don't even play with me on my carpet with this juice. And I don't even know how you got that cup. A sundown town refers to a municipality, municipality in the United States that was or is perceived to have been intentionally all white, with practices or policies that excluded or restricted non-white residents, particularly black people, after dark. These towns often use violence, intimidation, or discriminatory ordinances to enforce this exclusion.
Legacy, why you...
Hey, no, that's not what we doing. Go ahead on. Don't get over here talking. A sundown town. Hold on, y'all. Don't get on my camera. Come from by my phone. Go. Get from by my phone. Camera, come get in my bed. Go. Get from by my camera. Go. Go over there. Come here, mama. Sit down. Where's my tablet? I think it's because anybody can contribute to the Wikipedia page, so they tend to say that's not fact-checkable. Okay, Google sundown town in the United States. You making miss my mom.
Can you turn the TV on? Can you turn the TV on?
No, go in my room and watch TV. No, I'm not turning no TV up. I don't care. Go. It say, Mama, stop. It says sundown town. Mama, I'm gonna beat you. Sundown town became prevalent in the late 19th, 20th centuries, particularly following the end of Reconstruction. They were a manifestation of racial segregation and discrimination, reflecting broader societal issues of time. Sundown towns employed various methods to keep non-white residents out. These could include explicit ordinance. Some towns passed ordinance that prohibited black people or other minorities from being with city limits after sundown. Intimidation and violence. Often sundown towns rely on threats, harassment, and even violence to enforce their exclusionary practices. Signage. Sometimes posted signs warning non-white residents to leave by sundown. Exclusionary housing practices. Many sundown towns use discriminatory housing practices such as covenants that prevented non-white individuals from buying or renting property beyond black communities. While the primary target of sundown town policies was black Americans, other minority groups such as Chinese Americans, Mexican Americans, and Jews were also excluded from some towns. While many sundown towns have changed their policies or have become more diverse over time, the legacies of these towns continue to affect communities. The impact of these historical practices or racial inequality can still be seen in various aspects of life, including housing, education, and economic opportunities. Wow. Wow. So that means certain things you try. This, dude, it still exists. You make, okay, I'ma have to call her when we're so I just want to give y'all a little breakdown of what we're talking about. Sundown towns, also known as sunset towns, gray towns. Okay, well, this is what Wikipedia say, even though they don't want us to use Wikipedia, but we gonna Wikipedia says sundown towns are also known as sunset towns, gray towns, or sundowner towns. Are all white what this word is municipalities or neighborhoods in the United States that practice. Wow. This is crazy. The towns, sundown towns, are communities in the United States excluded. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. The most notorious. Yeah, we see this every day.
And painful legacy of American history. Places where African Americans and other minority groups were systematically excluded from living, working, or even being present after sunset. These towns, often found across the United States, enforced segregation through intimidation, violence, and discriminatory policies, driving black residents out and ensuring that African Americans were not welcome in their communities after dark. Sundown towns were more than just geographic location. They represented a system of racial exclusion that reinforced white supremacy and contributed to decades of systematic racism. Sundown towns began to emerge in the late 19th and 20th centuries, a time when Jim Crow laws were spreading across the South and similar forms of racial exclusion were taking root in other regions. These towns used a combination of formal policies, social pressures, and sometimes outright violence to drive black residents away. In many cases, black Americans were told they had to leave town before sundown or risk facing harassment, job loss, physical violence, or even lynching. These towns existed across the Midwest to the north and even parts of the West, where racial discrimination had less overt legal backing than in the South. Though many sundown towns have since dropped such policies officially, their legacy remains embedded in the social dynamics, racial divides, and community structures that persist today. The Midwest, where a lot of my family was from, was home to some of the most notorious sundown towns in America. Places like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan were known for enforcing exclusionary practices against African Americans. The crazy thing is that these cities were everywhere. I mean, even I was shocked by how prevalent these towns were, because you hear about this town was a sundown town, or maybe that town was a sundown town, and assume that these were not that common. Nope, very common. Blacks couldn't go outside after dark in a lot of cities across America. And obviously, we don't have time to go through all of the sundown towns in America, but let's just look at some of them, starting in the Midwest. Cicero, Illinois. Right down the street from my grandparents' house, Cicero became known for its aggressive anti-black policies in the early 20th century. African-American families who attempted to move into the town were met with hostility, intimidation, and even violence. In 1951, a race riot broke out in Cicero, where a mob of thousands of white people violently protested a black bus driver's family just for moving into the city. Of course, they allowed black people to work in the city, but not live in the city as late as 1966. I mean, imagine how recent that is.
I believe
Until 1966, people could work in the city, but they couldn't live there. In the city of Aurora, Indiana, they actually had a sign that read inward, "Don't let the sun set on you in Aurora." That sign was removed before 1937. Dearborn, Michigan had an outspoken supporter of segregation as a mayor from 1942 to 1978. La Crosse, Wisconsin waited all the way till 2016 to apologize for its town's history of being a sundown town. Marion, Ohio, home of the U.S. President Warren G. Harding, enacted a policy to remove its black population in 1920. I mean, Sullivan, Missouri was practically a sundown town until 1990. It had a sundown town sign warning black people against being present in town after dark as late as 1990. While Missouri is 12% black, Sullivan is 0.02% black. Not even a percent. Somebody needs to figure out who the black person is that they allowed in the city. The KKK actually held a rally in the Sullivan area as protests broke out in Ferguson, Missouri, in response to the police shooting.
If I tell you again, go to the table.
Let's go down south. In many parts of the borderlands of the South and Midwest, such as in Oklahoma, sundown towns thrive through violence and social control. Towns like Durant, Edmond, Norman, Blackwell, and Aden in Oklahoma had sundown signs warning black people to not even be present after sunset, or had rules against black people owning property there. Vidor, Texas had an all-white population until a judge desegregated its public housing project in 1993. And I bet you thought most black people were just not allowed in, but black residents were actually expelled from the town 70 years prior to that, and the town was a KKK stronghold. Other towns in Texas, like Elmo, and even a whole county like Comanche County, expelled black residents and kept them out for decades. You have your nerve naming a town Comanche and then kicking out brown residents. You know what I've never understood? I think United States, and maybe if you're from another country, you could write it in the comments, is United States the only country who conquers a group of people and then names streets after them? And can you tell me why they do this? It doesn't make any sense. You kill millions of Indians and then you name high schools after them, whole towns after them. Can someone tell me why, or do they do this anywhere else? Did the Romans conquer, like, I don't know who the Romans conquered, but did they name streets and signs after them after they were done? Isn't this kind of twisted in the head? Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Arab, Alabama.
What?
Good old Arab. Did not allow black people after or before sunset and had signs warning about that. Just the day, like the whole day. If you can't be there after sunset or before sunset, so that just means don't come in, they should have just had a sign saying don't come in. Bonanza, Arkansas. I had family members that loved the show Bonanza. Did you have family members that loved the show Bonanza? Anyway, Bonanza, Arkansas violently removed almost all black residents in 1904 by shooting as much as 500 gunshots into black homes. Harrison, Arkansas was home to 2 race riots in the early 1900s and a notorious sundown town. Ocoee, Florida had to issue a formal proclamation in 2018 that it was no longer a sundown town. Are we understanding, are we hearing this correctly? They had to issue a formal proclamation in just 2018. Of course, there's no surprise that this was the site of a 1920 massacre that nearly wiped out all of its black population. In Cumming, Georgia, a group of men dubbed Night Riders terrorized and drove away black residents and even threatened white farmers that hired black help on their farm. And on to the west. Did you know that the world famous Beverly Hills was planned to be an all-white suburb?
And we used to watch the Beverly Hills Billies
was
too.
a sundown town until the 1960s. The city council passed a resolution in 2020 that formally apologized for its history. Even the city of Hawthorne had a sign in the 1930s that read, "Inward, don't let the sun set on you in Hawthorne." Were they just passing out these signs? Did they just give them out? Like when you start a city, would you like your inward, don't let the sun set on you in this city or that city? Now, Hawthorne is almost 25% black. Tempe, Arizona was once a sundown town. I didn't even know the sun goes down in Arizona. It's so freaking hot. The city allowed black people to work there, but not to live there from its founding in 1871 until again in the 1960s. Medford, Oregon was considered a sundown town before 1963. The impact of sundown towns extends far beyond the land they occupy. These towns were responsible for years of racial exclusion, violence, and social control, leaving behind communities shaped by segregation and distrust. Black families who had lived in these towns were displaced, forced to find homes in areas where they could live and work without fear of persecution. Today, some of these towns have moved towards integration, but the scars of segregation, of course, remain. Even today, many black travelers are cautious about avoiding these sundown towns. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to get back to my comments, and we'll see you on the next one.
Look, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare take me and my family now trying to be the one that say, oh, I'm going to break all racial. Baby, y'all can have that. I ain't got time. We ain't doing that right now. Well, I don't want to keep you. I kept you a little longer than what I did, but that was good. That was really good because it's an eye-opener, and it's coming up more than what we think, about these places and, what's going on. And it do make a lot of sense. Like, you could go in certain stores and things like that. You could feel that. What else? Another childhood, show. Gilligan Islands wasn't really like no bad one. I don't think that didn't. I know. Ooh, baby, scratching the surface. Ooh, look, got me scratching my head, and I'm like, oh my God. But you know what? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's informal, informational. We can open our eyes, have our eyes in tune to, what's going on and things like that. So even though we may think that these things not happening or not occurring, they still do. You hit the nail on the head. You can feel it. When it's weirdness, and we feel it more often than we should. Exactly. And I think what we do, we feel it, but we not, how it's like something missing. And I feel like now, if we go in different places or we go around certain, we feeling that. And what we feeling is like our intuition is saying, okay, we ain't crazy now. I know it. And I feel like that's a gift that gift of the discernment, that's a gift that God have really blessed us with, our intuition and our gifts and things like that. And we have to tap more into that side. And a lot of times we're not tapping into our spiritual side because a lot of times what we're feeling is all spiritual because what we feeling is a spirit. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like we're tapping into things like that, even when these, the Bible says you got eyes and you can't see, you got ears and you can't hear. Even though you have these eyes, but these eyes, these not the eyes he wants you to see through. You got to see through the lens of your spiritual eyes. You got to hear with the tune of your spiritual hearing. You get what I'm saying? So you got to tap into that. And a lot of times people are not tapping in because they're paying attention to everything else that's going on, and they're missing all the signs. And I feel like we living in a time that God is, saying, wake up. He's shaking us spiritually. He's saying, wake up, like I did my thing Sunday, wake up. And he's trying to wake his people up. And that's just like the 5 foolish and the 5 wise virgins. You got 5 that had wisdom, and you had 5 that was foolish. Didn't know nothing. So you just got people that don't want their vessels to be filled. Their oil. Then when it come a time when they need oil, they don't have nothing in their vessels. And then they want you to come pour all your oil out. But my oil is for me. I can't give you my oil. I can give it to you while you're getting it, but it gonna come a time you can't be dumping your oil. What you gonna have? What you gonna have? And a lot of times people don't want to hear it. Oh, we ain't worrying about it. Oh, it may do have to happen. We know the Bible gonna reveal itself. We know the Bible's gonna unfold, but we still got to put in work. You still got to prepare yourself. While you in the dressing room, you still got to prepare yourself for the things to come. You got to want your eyes to open. You got to want your ears to be in tune. But a lot of times, because of who the messenger is, a lot of times people don't want to hear the messenger because of who is coming through. You can't tell God who to choose. God say he pick and choose who he want to use. You can't stop God. So it's up to you that if a message is getting out there, it's up to you to say, let me take notes on this. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times it's all in who you are and who it's coming from. And that's just what it is. I don't know what you're trying to look at, little girl. Here. Find it. Come back and get it. Put it on. Let grandma see. I don't know how I let my body fool me to let these churns stay on. Okay, pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up for grandma. So I can see. It's sad when a 1-year-old not to work the remote control. Okay, put it on. But this was definitely a good eye-opener, good topic. I think we should talk about this tomorrow too as well. Because a lot of times we don't want to talk about it, you know. We don't want to talk about it. We want to ignore it. We want to act like it doesn't exist. And it does. So these sundown towns do exist more than what we know. So we want to keep our eyes and be in tune to not just these sundown towns, just things in general, things around you, you know. We got a person drove all the way from Nevada, all the way to New York to go target these people because he's dealing with CTE. You get what I'm saying? He woke up. He planned this. While you sit home and, you know, twiddling your thumb, somebody planning something, plotting and planning something to do something reckless and crazy. So when you think you just twiddling, you can't just be sitting there twiddling your thumbs and just waking up. You gonna wake up and say good morning. But it's somebody have an agenda. It's somebody that have something on their mind. It's somebody who's thinking something real crazy to go put innocent people in harm's way because of what they're dealing with or how they want to view life. This person feel like he got CTE and he want to be the sacrifice and he gonna take his life. So now you gonna go, and then if I'm not mistaken, I think he went on the wrong floor. Wherever they took him to the wrong floor. You travel miles away from Nevada all the way to New York to do something crazy to unalive 4 people. You have a father who had 2 kids and a baby on the way. Now you have a wife who don't have a husband. Now you have children who don't have a father because somebody chose to do something crazy. Because they woke up thinking whatever their agenda was. They woke up and that man didn't go to work thinking that was going to happen to him because somebody decide because they feel like they got a brain disease and they're going to allegedly assuming something wrong with their brain at the age of 27. Your life just started. Your life is just started. And you flip somebody's world and somebody's family's life upside down because you chose to commit something crazy. The Green Book for Sundown Towns. Check out the book and the movie for better insights. Is it on Netflix? Because I probably won't have time to read the book. Netflix. What it's called? And I seen one called From. I tried to find out one too. And it's called Netflix. The Green Book. My oldest son has a traumatic brain injury. It's nothing nice. Wow, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, but this young man, I think he said he wasn't a professional. He went to target the NFL. Crazy word. They had nothing to do with his struggle. CTE and post-concussion syndrome is real. Yes, but even if he was dealing with that, but I guess he used himself as, but my thing is, how can I say this? But it shouldn't have took for him to travel from Nevada to New York to target the NFL commission, wherever they was. I guess they deal with that, the CTE. But he was stating that he left a note on him. They say it was a note and everything. That he wanted them to use his brain to do the experiment. But it shouldn't have been at the expense of, other people's lives being taken because of what he was dealing with. He could have easily went there and said, hey, this is what this. And then he could have just took his own life if he just wanted to take a life. But don't go taking other people, innocent people's life. Don't go taking other innocent people's life. So, That's sad. And Granny's World, we're praying for you, for your grandson. And sorry to hear that. Sorry. That's Cameron warming up that pizza. Yep. So, like I said, we could talk more about this, you all, if y'all want to, because that's a good topic as well too. Because a lot of times, people don't talk about traumatic, brain injuries and things like that. People don't talk about it. Sometimes people don't have a voice. There are so many things that we could talk about. Like if it's something that you all want to talk about, to shed light on or bring light to it, your experiences, because sometimes you need an outlet and you need others to be able to talk about it. And sometimes you feel like, people don't want to hear, but you're safe here. And if you feel like it, if you're dealing with something like that, like Granny's World stating that she have a grandchild that's dealing with that, she have a loved one. So seeing your loved one suffer and going through that, and there are no answers to it, when it comes to the brain, because the brain is like a mushy, it's sensitive. That's why it has the skull around it. And I didn't realize. Hey, Cam, come from out the kitchen, Cam. Come out the kitchen. I didn't even realize that the brain and the skull was two different things. And how I found out when my son's autopsy was done, when my oh, it's your son. I'm trying to get that pizza outside my microwave. Okay, get out the kitchen. Todd coming up. Get out the kitchen. I don't care. Go get the step stool. Hold on, y'all. Hey, hush, hush, hush. Jaja, come pull this tray. I want you to come sit down. No, you're not. Don't go in that bathroom. Come sit your behind down. Because you always bring your butt in my bathroom. No. And that piece so high. Go put that thing up. Get this thing out my kitchen. Give me this. Give me this. How that y'all me that my body tell me that y'all stay home with me today. Girl, shut up. Sorry. I'm back. But like I said, there are so many things that families be dealing with. There's so much stuff that's just going on, and just even in events, when you see certain events and certain things that go on in the world, it just shed light. Things, it sheds light. So when it shed light, it give everybody a outlet. It give you, a space. And that's what my channel for. It's just allowing, to me, my page's channel is more geared to giving people a space and feeling safe, that there are things that they may be going through and they don't have anybody to, they're misunderstood, or nobody don't want to hear them, or you feel like you got to suffer in silence, and nobody should have to suffer in silence. I don't have all the answers to everything. Whatever God lays on my heart to talk about, that's what I do. Whatever life scenarios that I see, it opens up room for other topics to allow other people to talk about real life things that's really going on in their life. And what it do, it just shed light on certain things that it'll open a door to be able to give others a dialect, to give others a safe place to have something to talk about, because it's like, wow, she's talking about that and she don't even have a clue. I'm going through this. So just by us even just talking about these different topics, and here it is someone stating that, their child is, we're not condoning what he did. What we're saying, the act was wrong. But he could have found better ways of, going about bringing light or attention to whatever. He didn't have to drive from Nevada to go, you know, to New York to unalive 4 people and then himself to get attention. If there was just a note, if you just want to do that, you could have just took your own life and had a note on you to say this is the attention that you wanted. But nobody else should have lost their life. You know, those people are doing their jobs, and it shouldn't have took that. So, you know, just bringing light to different traumas that what people, you know, deal with. Prayers to all in the chat, especially those of us that suffer in silence. I find comfort here. Thank you, Jahai. Thank you. And that's basically what it is. I don't need a million people. You know, I may not have a million and hundreds of people, you know, running, you know, in my chat. But guess what? As long as it get to the right somebody, long as it get to the right ear or the right person, that's what matters to me. My life is all of making an impact on somebody's life, that I know I came and I did my part and I did what my job, I did what God told me to do. You get what I'm saying? Or giving a person clarity to say, you know what? I prayed and God heard my prayer. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we think, well, do God really hear me? I've been praying and I've been praying and I've been praying. But do he really hear me? And a lot of times we think that God don't hear us. Sometimes you feel like you all in it by yourself or you alone. You know, you don't have nobody you could talk to. You don't. You suffer in silence. I just keep it to myself. But God heard that prayer. Even when you wasn't loud with the prayer, just even in your heart when you said it, God heard it. You know, even those inward prayers, God still heard it. Whether if it was loud, whether if it was inward, he still heard your prayer. And that's what he do. He confirms his word. He said not one drop of his word will hit the ground. He will God gonna support his word. You get what I'm saying? If he said it, he gonna bring it to pass. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do that. He's gonna bring comfort to that. So when you find that seed, when someone pouring to you, you want good seeds. He said one plant, one water, but I'll give increase. So no matter what you're going through in your life, God sees all and he knows all. So he said he'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. So a lot of times, sensitive topics and things that we talk about, we don't like to bring them up. But we don't know what's in the house. We don't know who in the chat. God knows who's in this chat. He knows what each and every one of us going through. He knows who's suffering in silence. He know everything. All we got to do is be the mouthpiece and be obedient and just do it the way he tell us to do. And we will find comfort in that. And it'll get us through and say, you know what, God, you really do love me. Just that. I didn't understand this, but I thank you for bringing clarity over here. And that's how God's work. And sometimes other people, like even Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice. And a lot of times I was the ultimate sacrifice, but through my kid, because my son and a little cousin, they were unalive. But because of what happened in my life, it allows me to have a voice. It allows me to speak out. It allows me to have compassion for other people, to say, hey, my story may not be your story, but I understand because I've been through things. And if I've never been through nothing, I wouldn't be here today. So I understand when I bring light. Hey, that's what we ain't doing. Get from under that cover. Get from under that cover. Get from under the cover. I appreciate you. Glad I was able to see your live this morning. Thank you, Granny's World. Granny World found Gigi by accident after another major traumatic event. I am glad she shared. I thank God for her. When I know I need it, and even like today, when I didn't know I needed it, thank God. Yes. Yes, and that's what matters. That's what matters. Like one thing about it, God tell you, he knows. He knows right where to send somebody at. He knows. It don't, this message may not be for, 100, 50 people, 100 people. If only 3 people came in here, guess what? I did my part. Just by these life events that's going on. I talked about the sundown towns. I don't know. I spoke on it, and then we talked about the traumatic of this individual, what this other young man done. You get what I'm saying? But it still leads to other events in other people's world, because those are real people that did real things. And here it is, we're real people that deal with real life situations. You know? Stop. We deal with real life situations. You know, and just continue to be encouraged. Continue to, even though your child, granny, may be going through traumatic things, you know, you continue to, you know, you pray over your kid. Don't give up praying. Don't allow the traumatics and the things that what they're going through, because what God wants us to do, he wants us to, we get to the root of it. You already know the root of it, and now you just continue to keep your child lifted up. You continue to trust God. You continue to pray for your kid, you know, and ask God to give them peace and give them healing, and only God knows. God's still in the miracle working business. God can still work miracles. If you believe God and trust God for it, God still can work miracles. I watched my daughter on life support. I had a daughter on life support. But I seen God raise her up off them tubes. I didn't know if I was gonna return back when the doctor told me that my daughter had a 50-50 chance of surviving when she OD'd. It was her and 4 more other people. And when the doctor said, I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, and he told me what it was. And my daughter had a 50-50 chance. But at the end of the day, I still had to trust God no matter what. Even when I didn't understand, I didn't know what the outcome was gonna be. And I said, Lord, nevertheless, let your will be done. Because at the end of the day, Granny, I see maybe you trying to reword what you're saying. I don't know. But Mama, bring me no. Sorry about that. Yes, he is. He's awesome. Bring me that. And like I said, she had a 50-50 chance. And I remember the doctor telling me that. And he was like, well, Mom, we tried to remove the tubes and everything to see if she could breathe on her own. I never forget when the doctor told me that. So the first time they tried to remove all the tubes to see if she was strong enough to breathe on herself, she flatlined. And the thing about it too, before that, the doctor stated that when they got to the scene, my daughter was, I'm gonna go back a little. When they got to the scene, she was unresponsive, and they did the Narcan. They said they hit her 3 times with Narcan, and she was unresponsive. But they finally did the CPR on her, and she had a light pulse. So when I found out that my daughter was in the hospital, I was getting up for work. It happened like 3 or 4 o'clock that morning. I was at work. I knew nothing about what was what. And I never forget, I was up getting ready for work. I was getting ready, and I had got a phone call by 7. I'm getting up, getting myself ready, getting the grandkids and kids, everybody off to school and daycare, and myself to work. And I remember it took me back to when I got that call. When I got a call stating that my son, and along with my little cousin, had just been had been gunned down. And I felt like when I picked up my phone and I heard the person on the other end telling me that my daughter is in the hospital and she OD'd. And all I could think about is when I got that call telling me that my son had just been shot. You know, somebody had just shot my kid. And I felt like, oh my God, like I was reliving it all over again. You know, the outcome with my son, it wasn't the outcome that I wanted. It definitely wasn't that outcome. And then I was like, you know what? And being that when I got put in that situation with my daughter, so I remember going to the hospital. They had her as Jane Doe. Because she didn't have ID, but I described her to them. And they were like, you know, Mom, we're going to take you back. You know, it's not going to, you know, be a pretty sight when you go back here. So they was pretty much telling me, you know, she got all these tubes and everything. And I remember when I entered the room where she was, I could still see it, and just her lifeless body just laying there. And I was like, oh my God. And when I laid eyes on her, and I'm like, Lord, I done lost my oldest child. Now, you know, I may be losing my baby, because I only had 3 kids. And just the difference was with my son, I didn't have to see him fighting for his life. I didn't have to see that, because they had already pronounced him unalive. So I didn't have to witness that. I didn't have to continue to keep going to the hospital. So I didn't have to witness that with my son. But with my daughter, it was different, because I was able to witness it. So God gave me different stories, you know. So when I lay eyes on my daughter and seeing my baby, you know, laying up there, you know, a baby that I carried, and, you know, and just seeing her, you know, with this machine breathing for her. And I'm like, you hear about it and you see it. I've seen other people on life support. But when it's your own child, when you see your own child on life support, you know, and thinking to yourself, wow, I may be losing another child. So, you know, like I said, my son, I didn't have to see him on life support. But my daughter, when I seen it, it was like, when I tell y'all, I didn't have like one word. You know how you pray for everybody, you encourage everybody. But when I see my daughter in that state, I promise y'all, I didn't have the strength. I didn't have the strength to do nothing. I couldn't even muzzle a word. So I understand if you're a parent and you're going through something, you know, just the traumatic of seeing your child suffer or seeing your child go through something. It's like you want to pray, but you can't get a word. And that's how I was. I'm like, dang, I'm the one that I can pray, but I'm in this situation. I'm like, and I had to step out, and I took a breather, and I went in the hallway, and I kept it real with God. I said, Lord, I don't even have the strength. I don't even have the words. I said, Lord, I need you to intervene. I need you to show up on my behalf. It's a different feeling when it's your child. I understand. Yes. And I pray and I said, Lord, I need you to intervene, because I don't have the words. I can pray for other people. I can pray. But that particular day, I couldn't pray. When people be telling people, oh, just pray about it. All the time, you can't pray. All the times you can't get a prayer through. You just can't feel it. That's when you need the spiritual side to intervene on your behalf. And I remember when I trusted God, I said, Lord, I trusted you with my son, and now I know I got to trust you with her. And I remember when I walked back in that room with my daughter, and the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit was in there waiting on me. And I remember when I came in that room and I felt the power of God just fall down on me. And next thing you know, I felt the power of God, the utterance. People don't believe in it, but I believe. And I felt the Spirit just started speaking through me, and I started praying over my baby in the unknown tongues. And the Holy Spirit lighting on my body, and it was coming out, and I just went to speaking in tongues, just praying over my baby. I said, I ain't know what the Holy Spirit was saying, but I knew it was good. I knew I was okay with it. Whatever the outcome was going to be, I knew I was good. Whether she came out of it and whether she didn't come out of it, I knew I was in good hands. I was okay with it, and I was okay, and I was in agreement with the Holy Spirit. And I remember them putting her in a room, and the doctors coming in and was telling me, I don't know why I'm telling this, but maybe the Lord want me to tell it to be able to give somebody some type of strength. Maybe your faith ain't, but I'm just giving my story, my testimony. And I remember when the doctor told me it's a 50-50. Nobody don't want to hear that. Nobody don't want to hear somebody telling you it's a 50-50. You get what I'm saying? But I knew in that moment I couldn't do no but trust God in it. And I remember the doctor telling me that, and he was like, Mom, we're gonna do everything. We know she's a fighter. And Mom, we're gonna do everything to make sure your baby, coming out of this thing. And I knew God had me, and I knew I had to trust him. And when I tell you the prayer warriors, and I took it to social media, and I was telling everybody, pray, just keep praying. The prayer warriors, y'all pray. And the doctor told me, well, Mom, we're going to remove, all the tubes and everything. And what we're going to do, we're going to change her medication. He explained all the medicines, what were going in her. Then he was like, we're going to lower these doses. We're going to switch the medication. So when they're on life support, they give them a certain medication or whatever. So they explained all that to me. And so he said, we're going to do everything that we can do. I said, no problem. He said, but Mom, when we do this, you're not going to be here when we do this. Because we don't want you seeing her, if she come out of it, her gasping for breath and all that. He said, so we're not going to have you here when this happens. So he explained everything to me. And I remember going home, waiting on the doctor. And he was like, well, just come back to the hospital at a certain time. So me not knowing that, when they did it, I didn't know what to expect when I got back to the hospital. But I remember when that day when I went back that evening to go back and check on my baby, to hear the doctor's report. But I knew God had a report. And I remember when I got up there, before I got in for the nurses to let me behind the doors to get to the room where she was. And I remember this nurse, I think she worked in the respiratory. I'm not for sure what she was, but a lot of times they don't supposed to tell you stuff. And I remember I was there trying to get in, and I remember this lady. She say, "That's your baby?" Cause my daughter looked like me. And I said, "Yes, ma'am." She say, "You have a beautiful daughter." I say, "Thank you." And she was just talking to me. And I remember that nurse. She said, "I'm gonna buzz you in." She said, "Go in there and go get your baby." And I say, "What?" Oh my God. She say, "Go in there." She said, "Mom, go in there and go get your baby. Your baby is up and she's talking." When I tell y'all, she buzzed me in. And I remember going in that room, and my baby, she was sitting up. And I say, "Nisha." And she turned around and she looked at me, and she said, "Mama." And you could see the tears like just rolling down her face. And I just want to share this with you. No matter what it looked like, no matter what the outcome is. And a lot of times the outcome that we may want, we may not get it. But no matter what, I lost a child. I know what it is to lose a child. And I know what it is for God to save a child for me. You know what I'm saying? So those different things, and just seeing life, and just seeing her talking it up, and even though your kid may be going through the traumatic trauma, but you still got him there. You still have the opportunity to love on that child, to see him even though you seeing one thing, but you can still see him in a natural state, that even though the report said one thing, but you can still see him another way. You can still embrace your baby every day. You can still tell him you love him. You can still tell him mama loves you. You got this. So you still have that. You still, hey, Auntie Monica, you still have that child to love on. You still have that child to nourish. You still have that child that you can still speak life into him. You get what I'm saying? No matter what. So we could see both sides of it, that no matter what the outcome may be, maybe the outcome may not be good. Maybe the outcome is good, but God still is a loving God, that he could still allow you to have a story, to be able to tell your story, to be able to help somebody else. I ain't mean to make y'all cry this morning, but even my auntie who cutting and like my auntie Monica, she's here. My aunt is the one that her and I, we both lost our children together. Me and my aunt, we're like we're a year apart. And we had our kids a month apart, and we lost them at the same time. So when I tell you, we've been each other's strength, we've been each other's backbone. So you know, where he say, let the weak say I'm strong. So when you think you weak in a situation, or you think you don't have enough, sometimes God allow somebody else to come and say, let you tell your story. You tell them that they can make it. When you hear somebody else's story and you think you really going through something, your life ain't really bad as you think it is. It just, the enemy wants you to view it that it's something bad. He wants you to pay more attention to the traumatics, but he not going to tell you that, yeah, I see this, but I know a God. I can still love on my child. I can still hug my child. I can still speak life into my child. The enemy ain't going to tell you that. He's not going to tell you that. He wants you to focus on the situation at hand. And that's what you have to do. You love on that child. I got one child I can't talk to. But I got another child that I seen God raise her up off her bed of affliction. I seen her attached to tubes and I'm trying to see, can I find my I know you back hurt. I know you. Oh, move, girl. Go. Get from Mo, mama. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Go ahead on now. Ooh, crying is part of healing as well. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because he said he's not going to put no more on you than you can bear. And a lot of times we suffer in silence and we be holding these things in and we holding on to it. And God said, let it go. Give it to me. Move, mama. He said, give it to me. And we don't want to really, we want to think that we got it. No, letting go is not a bad thing. Letting go is not I'm letting you down or I'm giving up. Letting go is saying, Lord, I trust you. Even though I can't see it, even though I don't understand it, but I know my faith, I'm walking by faith and not by what it looks like. So when we talking about faith walk, that's what faith walk is. The things that you haven't seen. You in the unknown. So put yourself in a position of unfamiliarity. I've never been this way. I've never done this. None of us never been that way. When I lost my child, I've never been that way. There wasn't no blueprint or no manual. When I've seen other people, children, and other or friends or somebody on life support, but I never seen my own child on life support. So it hit different. You may see somebody else, but when it's your own, that hits different. It hit a whole different way. I share our journey as well on social media. Is my outlet. Yes, and that's what we do. And know what? When we share our journeys, it makes us feel good because it's therapeutic. When we're doing what we're doing, it's therapeutic for you because you're getting it out. You're sharing it with somebody because it's somebody somewhere in the world saying that, dang, I'm going through something similar to that. Or I'm going through that, the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So your story, your testimony is not just for you. It's for you to be a help to somebody else. Look like my preaching kicked in a little bit, but that's okay. I was feeling myself a minute ago. Let me see some TikTok. I was trying to get to my TikTok. I was trying to show y'all my here you go. Right, could help the next person. Yeah. You are saying more than a mouthful right now. Thank you. Let me, I'm gonna do this. I'm trying to see if I can find my oh no. I gotta turn my music down. Videos. Daughter. I have a And my daughter, she was like, Mama, why you took them pictures of me? I said, because you ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, because that's your story. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to show y'all. It's been longer than that. This is the picture. This is my picture when I walked in the room. And this is the picture when my daughter came off of life support. This is my story. I have a real story. It was 2 years ago. This happened in 2023. 2 years ago, 23. So it might be, this probably been like, when I shared this. So this happened in 21, 22, 23. So it would make 4 years. I don't have the music on it, but it said my daughter is a miracle. So it's really like 4 years. So June made 4 years. So I said my daughter is a miracle. 2 years ago, she was on life support for 2 days. And this is the picture that I took of me and my daughter when she came off of life support. This me and my baby. This a real story. And that's when we locked eyes. This when me and her locked eyes. And I remember her saying, Mama. And it was the fear. It was just see, your eyes is the window to your soul. I don't know what I would have done, y'all. I don't know if I could have, how. I just was so thankful and so grateful to God that he gave her another chance at life. God is a God of second chances. God is still in the business of working miracles. He's still the miracle worker. This is a prime example that God is still God. No matter what it may look like. No matter what it seems like. God changes not. I didn't know. I was still in disbelief. You get what I'm saying? I was still in shock. Because I'm like, God, you hear you working miracles. You hear you raising the dead. But to see you do it for me is a whole nother, it just on a whole nother level. Just take my faith level and that's where your faith is. And me sharing my story is just trying to help somebody else with their faith. If you're a doubting, but no matter what you're going through, God will see you through it. He'll raise you up off your bed of affliction. He will open your blinded eyes, and if you allow him, So I just wanted to share that because I don't know who, this could help. My testimony can help someone else. I don't look like what I've been through. And when people see me, they see what they see now. But a lot of people don't see this. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't get they never seen the things that I really, what I really went through. You get what I'm saying? People never seen that. They just see, when y'all see me laughing. Hey, Ramona. When you see my laughter, when you see that. But what you never seen this side of me. You never seen the broken mother. You never seen the hurt mother. That seeing her child coming off of life support. You never seen her. This is what you see now. But this is who I was 4 years ago. This is something that happened to me 4 years ago. I was hurt. I was broken. I was going through. I've been through some things. Not only did I lose my son, I almost lost another child. So when I get on here and I be laughing and having a good time, and because I know where God has brought me from, I know what I've been through. You get what I'm saying? I know what I've been through. I have a right to smile. I have a right to be happy because I know what God has, what he brought me from. And a lot of times people not going to understand why you happy. People will try to dictate your happiness. People try to say, oh, you doing the most or you doing this. But people don't know what it takes for you to keep a smile on your face. People don't know what it takes for you to be happy. People don't know what it takes to have peace and joy in your life. They don't know that because they don't know your story unless you tell your story. They just see what they see now, but they never seen this. You weren't there when I was going through this. You wasn't there when I had my child on life support. You wasn't there when I had to watch her tubes breathe through her body. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when the doctor was telling me that she had a 50-50 chance. You wasn't there when I walked through those doors and the doctor telling me she didn't make it. And the thing about it, my daughter's room, I could look out the window and literally see people coming out in body bags, being where the funeral home people picking them up because they didn't survive. People was coming out, and I was looking, and I'm like, that could have been my child being wheeled out the hospital, being wheeled to the morgue somewhere. Nope, people don't see that. They don't see that. That's what they don't see. OMG for your strength, Gigi, and understanding. Thank you. And it's okay to not be happy and to cry sometimes. Yes. I hate when people say you still crying about that happening. Yes, you still crying. You could continue. You're still grieving. Yes. Yes. They say the craziest stuff. Yeah, it just happened. I used to be the upbeat person, so now that's who they're missing. But in this time and in this space, I'm not her right now. And that's okay. Right, they don't see the storm. Give me that, mama. I seen this. I got a childhood friend. He had twin daughters, and one of his daughters, she had passed away. And he posted, he was like, don't call me today. I don't want to talk to anyone today. And I read one of the comments, but I had to hold my peace. And I heard in the comments somebody wrote, oh, pull up your big boy pants. How you gonna tell somebody to pull up their big boy pants and they lost a child and they're still grieving over their child, and that's all you can say? Pull up your pants? Really? It's just sometimes some people just don't know what to say. I'm still grieving as well 4 years later. Wow. And ain't that something that you say 4 years later? And I posted this on my daughter. And June made 4 years of this. But like I said, God's still God. God don't love me. No, God don't love me because I know what it is to lose a child, because I've lost a child 19 years ago. 19 years ago, I lost a child. But God's still the same. He changes not. He still loves you no matter what. I lost me and my auntie. She may be still in here. She probably in the bathroom somewhere drying up her eyes. But me and my auntie, we both lost our kids in 2006 at the hands of someone else, unaliving our children at the same time. So I know what it is to lose a child. I know what it is to see a child on life support. I know what that looks like. I know what it feels like. But my own. But do God love change? He don't change. He changes not. You still there? Okay. And no matter what, it may happen to you. It happened to us in 2006. It happened to you in 2001. God still love us the same. He don't change. You just got to find a way to still It's been 4 years for you. But as time go, because a lot of times what I found out, when I lost my son, sometimes we feel guilty. Sometimes we feel like if we get back to the things that we used to do and how we used to do things, we feel selfish. That's like, dang, I'm doing this. I lost my kid. It don't feel right because they're not here with me. And I'm doing these, but you still gotta find a way to get your life back. And you got to find a way to forgive yourself. Not that you did nothing wrong. Just because you said, I forgive me, but forgive you. Because you got to forgive yourself, because you got to heal. Because forgiveness, remember, the forgiveness is for you. The forgiveness is just going to allow you to tell yourself you're not doing nothing wrong. You're not wrong because you want to go do certain things that you used to do prior to, something changing in your life. And just because, we lose our kids, we still have our life to live. We still got to get back to who we was. Hi, Ashley Chad. How you doing? And we still got to get back to who we was, even in spite of that. You get what I'm saying? So take Tiny, even the people that's coming to you saying, oh, because when you lose a child, the way you do things, life itself gonna change for you. You're not gonna do things how you normally would do it. You're gonna lose, mama. You're gonna lose people along the way. You're gonna lose, because you're not gonna be with the nonsense. A lot of people that's with the nonsense, you're not gonna move out my way. You're not gonna be able to you're not gonna your tolerance, things that you normally would have to Mo, hold on. Mo. Jaja, come and get her. Go. She just want to act like she running something. You won't run me. It's like your level of tolerance, things that you normally would tolerate. And then you get to a place in your life when your life shifts and when your life change, you don't be on that no more. A lot of foolishness things, you don't want to deal with it. You want to you don't want to tolerate that nonsense no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you got bigger fish to fry. So a lot of times your tolerance ain't going to be the same, because now you view things and you see life different, and they don't understand that. And if you got to lose people along the way, so be it. So be it. Because right now, they're not good for you right now. They don't understand you right now. You lost your kid. You lost the child. You ain't got time to be playing with nobody. Because now you trying to keep your peace. You try not to snap or whatever happened. You don't want to take whatever you going through. You don't want to take it out on the wrong people. And sometimes people don't understand that. And I had to go through a vetting in my life. I had to leave people, whether if it was family members, if they didn't mean me no good, if it was causing me my peace. And I felt like every time I step in certain rooms, somebody always got something to say. It's always argumentative. That's why I don't easily, when I'm done with something, I've learned to be done with it. Because I don't allow myself to walk back in the same situation. You get what I'm saying? You love people, but sometimes you got to love them from a distance. You got to love them from a distance, especially when you're working on your peace and how to try to find yourself. Even in losing your kid, you trying to find you again. You trying to get your life back to what your life was prior to your life changing. You get what I'm saying? So don't feel it. And it's been 4 years. And like I said, you take your time. Don't allow anyone to rush you and tell you how you should grieve. You grieve the way you want to grieve. You don't let no, and if anybody feel like they say certain things, you check them on that. Don't be afraid to speak up and speak out, but it ain't what you, it's how you say it. You let people know how you feel. Don't tell me how to grieve over my child. Don't tell me, oh, you'll get over it. People like that, you don't want to talk to them. But if you need to chin check a few, you do that. If that make you feel good, do it. Because, baby, I ain't had a problem with chin checking nobody. I let them know when it come to my kid, don't speak on my kid. If you don't want to see the other side of me, baby, do not. I promise you. Baby, you will see fire from hell, baby. If you step on my toes about my son, baby, I will set the city up. You hear me? I'm trying to told you. We on peace. We be saying peace be still. I did as well. I let a lot of family and people go. Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And you take that time, and when you dealing with situations, don't stay in that moment long. Like, say for instance, you may go through something and something may remind you of something. It's okay to ponder on it, but don't stay there long. You deal with it and you move on. Don't stay there. Don't beat yourself up. Don't allow that thing to sit on you, and you go and where it caused you to go into a dark place. You own it, you deal with it, and you move on from it. You got to move out of it quick. And you will see your healing of it. You will never forget your kid. You will never forget that, but you're going to find strategies and ways that's going to work for you. And start back, taking baby steps. Yours fresh and it's new, and I'm not telling you when to do it and how to do it, but I started for a few years. There were certain things that I didn't do. Yes, depression is real. And in order to not allow yourself to get in that depression state, you got to try to find ways of things that you used to do. Find things that make you happy. Find things that you know that your child, I don't know how your child was, but I know my son was 18 and my auntie, both of our kids were 18. But I know that my kid was a happy kid. And I know that he would want to see me being happy. And I know he's in my heart. I even went and got a tattoo with my baby name Lolo, because his name was Angelo, but his name Lolo. I went and got a tattoo on my foot, and I put Lolo on my foot, that I know that he's always with me. So no matter where I go, Lolo always with me. I don't care where I'm at, Lolo with me. I could just look down and my boy with me. So I felt that something made me happy. And I got my son name tattooed on my foot. I got a tattoo with his name on my leg. Him and my daughters, I remember when I got my first tattoo, I got 3 roses with each one of my children's name on my thigh. I'm going to show y'all. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see it. See it? It's Maika, Angelo, and Nisha. And that's 3 roses right there. And I got each one of them. That's my first tattoo with roses, and my 3 kids. That's my first tattoo that I got with my 3 kids' name tattooed on my leg. And then I got my son name tattooed on my foot. So even the one on my foot, it means something different than that tattoo. Have a different meaning than the tattoo on my foot. And I know that no matter what, he's always with me. And you gotta find your way of, saying, I'm gonna be happy. And I know I can be happy in my heart because that's what my child wants. Find things that you like. I don't know if you probably still do it. Go get your nails done. Or, go get your feet done. Go buy you a pretty shirt. Like me, when I get my nails and stuff done, I don't wear dark colors. I wear bright colors. I wear a lot of bright clothes because I feel like bright clothes make me happy. So I like nail polish and things like that. It keep me uplifted, upbeated. So I don't really like dark colors. I like bright colors on my hand and feet. So your favorite food. It could have been something of his favorite, or his or her, your son. I think you told me it was your son. A favorite food that he liked it. You could go get that favorite food, and it's just you and him. And you can have that moment to yourself with you and him, even if even with a broken heart, and even with tears streaming down your face, you can still go get that favorite something that he liked that favorite something he enjoyed. And that's the start of your healing. And you don't take away those things that y'all shared together. You get what I'm saying? And those moments and things, those are the things that you hold on to, all the good things like that. Things that will make you smile, or something that he may have said to you, or something like that. I'm caring for him at home, so I really don't have time for self. You care for him at home. Is he bedridden? Is your kid bedridden? Is he bedridden? That's just a question I'm asking. I think I read this wrong. Somebody said something about 2000 and something. So did something happen? There's no time limit on grieving. Nope, there's no time. So is this a different child you talking about? Because you said something and something happened in 2021. So we talking about two different children? Yes. Oh, he can't walk. Do you have anyone that comes like nurses come in? Do you have like a sitter, like if you needed something to go somewhere or something like that? Like someone that will come in to allow you to do something? Or you just there by yourself 24, like there's no one there like round the clock with you, with him to... Or do you leave the house with him even though he can't walk? Do you have like the vehicle, like some people have vehicles that's geared to the need of the child? How are you doing? I ain't seen you in a... I think that's... Yes. He can't walk. No, I know he can't walk. You say he can't walk, but I'm saying, like, do you get out? Like, do you go out with him? Do you have like a vehicle that's that he's able to be transported in? That's my question. What I'm asking. It happened when he was... Oh. It happened when he was 35 years old. He will be 39 this year. Oh, you're caring for your son. Did you see this? It's a story where this mom, I don't know if her son was on a motorcycle or he was walking, but he got hit or something. But they have a beautiful story as well. No, the reason why I'm asking you, do anyone come there to the house? Like if you needed somewhere to go, would somebody come sit there with him? If you had somewhere to go, would somebody come there and sit there for maybe a few hours to allow you to get out, to go do something? That's my question. The reason why I'm asking that, like, is there someone that would that comes there and will sit a few hours to just give you... Have a good day. All right, no problem. No, I am his nurse and caregiver. My husband is here with him when I go out. Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know. No, but what I was gonna say, even in those moments, even if it's not, getting your nails or nothing done, sometimes your favorite ice cream or something that you like, something that will kind of relieve your stress is what I'm saying. You got to still find ways to make time for yourself. Even though I understand you his caregiver thing, you got to find... It's 24 hours in a day. you still got to try to find that time for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Something that can give you like a stress reliever. You know, you got to still do that. That don't feel like don't allow it because you doing something for yourself that it's a bad thing. It's not. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's, you know, a massage, or, you know, like I'm saying, go get your, you know, like take time out. And even if you got to set a schedule like once a week, you get, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I'm sure your son, he's of age, you know, he was 35, he's 39, and I'm sure he will love that for you. He will love that for you. And God got you. He got him too. And guess what? You still have your baby with you. And sometimes I'm sure it's overwhelming. It's a lot. But God got you. But then you kind of don't neglect you. And I'm sure your son wouldn't want you to do that. I love the times you go live. Thank you. I'm still in shock, unfortunately. Yeah. That's still trauma. It's trauma. That's why I wanted to. And the thing about it, I understand it's trauma, but guess what? The outcome is always different, but guess what? We have a story. Even my grandbaby be trying to talk. I don't know, Mama. Go. Oh gosh, she want to talk so bad, y'all. I don't know, Mama. Yep, that's Mommy. Mommy. Hey, Pammy Pooh. Hi. You think you was in shock? Look at me. I was. This right here. That was a lot. Thank you. I needed this live. Yes. Anytime. New to watching live streaming videos, everyone I watch, including you, is my first time watching them. Do not have any intention of making my own content, but I am just going to be a watcher only. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in. Well, we've been here, and I've been in here for a little minute now. We pretty much talked about, we was talking about the sundown towns, sundown cities, where this black guy got caught up at this business, a sundown. And then we actually spoke about the young man that drove from Nevada to New York and did that because he stated he had CTE. And then we had a mother come in the chat, stated that her child had it due to incidents or whatever. We was talking about that. So we just went to talking about other things and just, you know, trusting God and giving us the strength. And I just talked about my daughter who was on life support, and I talked about my son and my aunt who's in this chat that our kid was unalive. So you have to still find ways to get back to your life and finding yourself. So I don't want to hold everybody because my grandbaby, I was tired this morning. They didn't even get off the deck. I was too tired to even get up to get them ready. I have been sub to your channel for a few months now. Just always in the bushes. Well, I'm glad you came out the bushes. I hope that, you know, I hope my channel bringing some encouragement to you, uplifting to all that comes to this channel, because that's what it's all about. I'm just basically I like to talk about realistic things and real life situations, and you know, because you don't know what it do, it just strikes up conversation, because you don't know what a person, when people come into these lives, you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what they're dealing with, and people really be dealing with real life, you know, issues and things. And when we bring up certain topics and realistic things that people can relate to, it helps them. It gives them that nudge. It gives them a push of not giving up, or I can make it. Because when I think I'm going through something, somebody either going through something worse than what I've been through, or they either don't been through something worse than what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? We're all going through, and we're just going through, you know. And everyone I watch thinks I'm a troll. Okay, that's fine. I made my account here. Okay. Well, long as you respectful, you know. We respectful because when we come here, we speak on a lot of sensitive topics. You know, we respectful to one another. You can be respectful. I'm not that one. When you come in, you know, if you come in being rude or, you know, saying things that's not, you know, that's inappropriate, then, you know, you will be removed. But other than that, we're real people. I'm a real person. You're a real person. There are other people in the chat are real people, and we speak on real life things. And, you know, if you come in here being disrespectful, that's when, you know, it'll be a problem. You know, just continue to be respectful. You know, anything that you may, you know, speak on something or say something that can encourage and uplift someone. And that's what it's all about. Thank you, Lily. Thank you. I really like your look. Thank you. So, like I said, you know, that's what I'm all about. I don't pay attention to who's here and who's not here. I just do my part. Whoever comes in, I just do what I have to do. If I'm only here for 2 or 3 people, guess what? I'm here for those 2 or 3 people. And I did what I was supposed to do. Substance what matters. Substance what matters. What you're pouring into someone, that what's matter. When I come to my channel and I know that I can make a difference in 1, 2, 3, however many people or anybody that get replay and come back, substance is what matters to me. Nothing else don't matter to me. You know, so I'm not looking at all the, you know, in the beginning it was like a whole bunch of people coming in, you know, long as if you want drama, okay, I understand that. But my channel, substance is what's gonna last, you know. I don't, you know, everybody build their channels different, but I'm here to uplift and encourage and bring realistic things to light and whatever somebody may be dealing with, and allowing them the space to come here to say, hey, I'm dealing with this. You hit that right on the nose. You spoke about this. I'm going through this, you know. And that's what it's all about. Us uplifting and encouraging. I know how to sub to people, and you are making me want to do it. If you decide, that's okay. That's good. If you do or you don't, you're here. But thank you. Granny's World, appreciate you. Thank you for your authentic self today. For just opening up and, you know, being able to get that out. You know, it's like, oh, I could talk about it. Like you say, you talk about it on your channel, and that's good that you're here. And, you know, somebody else, you know, in your channel can grow just from speaking on the things that you go through, and, you know, how your day-to-day life is with your channel and, you know, with your son. I'm a full-time grandmother, so I have 4 grandkids, a niece and a nephew, so I'm raising 6 small kids, you know. And guess what? Life's still life with me, you know. Things still happen, but you still got to find a way to love yourself. You still got to find a way to have that me time, that downtime. You still, no matter what, and I understand you're there, you're a full-time nurse, and you're there with your son, but you keep working at it. And like you say, take it one day at a time. Like me, my favorite thing is coffee. Y'all know I got to get my coffee. So make time. Make time for you. Make time for you. And I know your situation is around the clock. Guess what? My situation is around the clock. I have 6 children that I got to take care of. And it's a lot. It's a lot. But I still find ways to make me happy. I still find ways to put a smile on my face. Do I get a little cranky at times? Yes. Am I always smiling? No. Am I always fussing and ranting with these kids? Yes. So, that's what it's all about. So, to know that you got something worth it. Yep. And I promise you, your son will love that. And much prayers out to you and him. Yep, we all get cranky. Should I be cranky? I probably cranky now. All right, y'all enjoy. I know, right? You get cranky. Like, you're human. You be grouchy at times. I be grouch. I be the grouch. I'm like, I tell them when people come, I say, enter in at your own risk. This house is full of chaos and love. So I'm finna go back here because these boys, it's like they act like they don't know how to clean up their room. It's like they're not going to clean it right until I go in there and pulling stuff out and throwing stuff. You all have a good one, and I will be here tomorrow. If nothing happened, I will be back on here tomorrow. And I don't know what we could talk about, but we'll find something to talk about. You are going live tomorrow. Yes. I'll probably talk about my situation with my daughter. I'll probably bring that to the live. I may talk about that tomorrow. Something about my life and tell my backstory with my daughter. I might do that. However I'm led, well, however God leads me and whatever he drops in my heart and my spirit, that's the way I'm going to go. The Bible. Yes. You are. What you mean, the Bible? What you talking about? Is something you want to talk about? Give me more clarity. What you talking about? Is something you want to talk about? Is it a topic you want to? I would love to do a live with you one day. Okay. No problem. We can do that. We definitely can do that. I would love to do that with you. I'm loving your energy vibe. I get that vibe. If I came to your house right now, you pass me. No, I wouldn't pass you no pajamas. No, you can't sleep in my... Nah, not that. We ain't talking about that. See, when you go to talking crazy, now I don't want to block you or nothing like that. You think I would let you in my house? I don't know you like that. Come on now. Walk light. I want to be nice. Walk light. Can you? Of course I could talk about God. I talk about God all the time. Like, what you want to talk about? Well, anything you talk about, you always incorporate him in it. You always incorporate him. You can't leave him out of it. If you got something, is there something you would like to talk about, or something you would want me to talk about on my channel? And we could talk about it. Just open. We'll tomorrow, what I'll do tomorrow, we'll do just like open discussion tomorrow. So we'll do that. I think that's good to allow everybody to come in. So it'll be more like open topics, open discussion. So if it's questions or anything, and however, we'll flow that way, and it'll lead us into, whatever. But always know that God is always in it. I always keep him a part of it. Oh, I got to finish drinking my coffee. That would be nice. Open discussion. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do tomorrow. So tomorrow it'll be an open topic. Genesis, let me see. Oh Lord. Genesis 6. Mama, let me see right quick. Can I see right quick, Mama? I'm gonna give it back. Let grandma see something. Let me see something. Hold on. Let grandma see something right quick. I'm going to get it back. I'm going to give it back. Hold on. Wait a minute, Mama. Let me look at something right quick. Genesis. Hold on. Hold on right quick. I'm trying to look up something. What you say? Genesis 6. Oh, that's good. That's good right there. Hold on, Mom. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth and daughters were born unto them. Yeah, I'm a read it. Let me read it and listen. So let's put this out here. We all have our opinion. I'm gonna read it. So if anybody in here, we're gonna have an open discussion, and we're gonna open it up with Genesis, the 6th chapter. But when you read it, when you read it, you just can't read one scripture. You got to read the whole. So what you do? What you do? I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do Genesis 6, but you always have to read the chapter before it. So we're going to do chapter 5. If you could get through chapter 5, then you're going to do 6, and then you're going to do 7, because you want to have the clarity. Because what we're not going to do because everybody's opinion does matter, and I don't want to get into, and we're going to use life scenarios. But what we won't do, we won't debate. So one thing I won't do, I won't debate over the word of God. If it get into like going back and forth and debating, that's what I won't do. That's one thing you don't do. You don't, when it comes to God's word, you don't debate. You don't get into arguments with people, because at the end of the day, your opinion ain't gonna matter. My opinion ain't gonna matter. At the end of the day, what matter? God's word, and what his word mean, and what it's saying. He say everything going down but the word of God. So what I will not do, I will not debate. I will not get into an argument about what nobody think the word of God, because God can give. You can read a scripture, and depending on where you are in your life, God can give you clarity, and he could give me clarity in using the same scripture, because we got to understand God is omnipotent. His ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So whatever he revealed to one, he can reveal something different. So whatever he may show me in the word, he may enlighten something totally different, and you may see something totally different that he's showing you. So we all can come to some type of common ground. But if it ever get to us got to argue about the word, we're not going to do that. So that's the one thing. I'm going to clear this up now. When it comes to God's word, I would not debate, and I would not get into arguments when it comes to God's word. I'm not that one to tell somebody what they should believe and how they should believe it. So I won't do that. Is this Bible related? Combos, I am not religious. None of us. I'm not religious. I'm not a religious person, and that's why people get it. There are many religious people are religious, but do you have a relationship? See, that's the key thing. Religious don't mean nothing. Religious don't stand. What's gonna stand is your relationship, your own one-on-one. That's why he say he rent the veil. You don't need a priest. You don't need a preacher. Yeah, they're there to help give you an understanding. But you don't need nobody to get to God and to commune with him. You have your own personal relationship. So I'm not religious. So it's not religion. But we definitely can talk about open discussion. And we will use, in that scripture, we're going to use life scenarios and the things that's going on in life and around the world. So that's how we're going to do that open discussion. So we'll start it out with that. But I'm actually going to read, and I'm glad, because now you pushing me to read, because I need to get in my word, because I ain't been reading my word. So I'm guilty of that. See, God know how to come and get you back where you need to be, to push you. And that's something I haven't been doing, in my word. I haven't been reading my Bible like I should. So now I know, thanks to you, I will be in my word. I'm a read Genesis. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to read Genesis chapter 5. I'm going to do 6 and I'm going to do 7. Because what it's going to do is going to give you better understanding. I ain't stepping. You don't have to step foot in nobody's church because you are the church. I'm the church. We're the church. That's just a building. You take your church. You the church. We the ones that God come looking for. This is the earthen house that he's talking about. This is the earthen house that got to get cleansed and cleaned up. Not no building that you see. You got see now when you thinking from a natural perspective, you will think you the church. You going to church. You ain't going to church. You're the church that go to a building where other churches and y'all come together and y'all commune as one. You're the church. If heaven and hell was real, I would be going. Well, baby, if you chose hell, everybody ain't destined to heaven. Everybody's not destined to heaven. If you feel like hell is your destination, I ain't going to debate you on it. I ain't going to argue on it. I'm definitely not going to. I'm just going to try to not to go there. I'm just not going to be the one to try to meet you there. Because there ain't going to be no friends in hell. Ain't gonna be no friendships in there. So if that's what you feel like you destined to, I ain't knocking that. I would happily well, if you would happily let him take you, well, more power to you. And I ain't gonna argue with that. But thank you for being in the chat. And at least you being honest. At least we know where you destined to. That's your destiny. So, hey, we ain't here to argue with you about it. We ain't here to make you change your mind about it. But one thing about it, the Bible say, if you make your bed in hell, I'm down there with you. Say, God's still a loving God. If you feel like that's your destiny, he's still there. And we ain't here to debate you on it. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good one. Some destined to heaven and some destined to hell. Some people know where they're going at. Y'all think we finna argue? See what? Y'all think we come here to argue with people that already know where they going at? You think we finna get in here and do that? We gonna congratulate them and tell them more power to you. Baby, we ain't here to try to make you change your mind, because baby, it's free will. It's free will. All right, y'all, let me get up off of here. But I enjoy everyone. Those of you that came in, chimed in, peeped your head in and said hello. Thank you for stopping in, dropping in. But I'll be here tomorrow. And guess what? And I won't have no great kids, because I definitely can't have them here. So let me attend to them. I don't know what I was thinking to let them be home with me. I have done a lot of bad things in life. I deserve to. Okay, then. Go. Let me get, you need some Tylenol. You want. All right, Dark Monster. We still love you no matter what. Go to God, get it right. We still love you. Hopefully you have a change of heart by tomorrow if you come in. All right, Granny, Lily, Auntie Monica, Ashley Chats, if you still here. We finna get up out of here. I'm finna drop this down. I have 10 people in the chat. Somebody else stepped in here too. Who else? Oh, God. Let me see. Who else I see in here? I'm trying to see some names in here. Pammy Pooh was in here earlier. Jahi, if you still here. Thank you. Auntie Monica again. Ashley Chats, Ramona. Thank you for stopping in. Who else? I don't want to miss nobody. Trying to get through this chat. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Trying to get through. It's a lot of y'all. All right, y'all. God is forgiving, dark monster. That's right. We ain't here to judge. Monica, yes, he is. We definitely not here to judge. He say, what he say, love and kindness have I drawn thee. That's it. Love and kindness have I drawn thee. So that's how you judging a person, don't draw them. It's the love of God and the love that's in you that draw people. And you have to let your light shine, because a lot of times people are in dark places and they just need a little light. They need a little sunshine. We that light that set on the hill, you know what I'm saying? And we just let our light shine and we move on. We all got to find it in our hearts to forgive, you know? Everybody, no matter what. That's right. I ain't gonna hold you ladies. It's 1 o'clock. I've been riding out today. Woo. All right, y'all. We'll talk tomorrow. Hopefully between 9:45 and 10. So I'll let y'all know. Y'all will see. Y'all make sure y'all put those notifications on. So today was a good day, productive day. It was real good today. So I enjoy everyone. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for stopping and dropping in. So appreciate you. Thank you for all the engagement. Granny, love you, girl. Mwah. More strength, more peace and love. And God got you. God got you and your son. And to everyone else that's in here. Thank you all for stopping in. Love you. Y'all have a blessed one. We love you too, Dark Side. Wait a minute, Dark Monster. I said Dark Side. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Be blessed.